Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a Premier League watch-along. And it's an all dearly departed clash. Brentford versus Watford. We're going to be here for the next, 2 hours, having a good look at this one. Two teams we had in the Championship last season. Obviously, Brentford finishing third, getting promoted through those playoffs. Watford, 91 points. Second place. Woof. They bounced straight back to the Premier League. We'll have a little look at the teams and the league table before we get into the action. Do let me know how you see this one panning out. Should be a good one, actually. And I hate to say it, it's one both teams, both managers, both sets of players, both sets of fans will think we can win. It's one of those, isn't it, where both teams essentially want to be away from that bottom six. And these are the games, aren't they, where perhaps it's a direct rival. And can you go ahead and get the win? As ever, get all your opinions in via the comments. Share your knowledge, drive the debate. We'll read the best ones out. Please hit like if you're just joining the stream. Help bring other people in. And you can also hit subscribe and help us out that way. I'm getting a live number for you here. 20,133 subscribers. Outstanding work, you lot. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. And if you do want to be a superstar, you can support financially via Super Chat, Super Stickers. Hit that dollar button in the live chat next to where you leave your comment. We'll try and read out all of the, we'll definitely read out all of the Super Chats. That is a non-negotiable. Let's say some hellos in the chat here. Free Hit FC, Wolves, Napper's Mum, Jake, Ewan, Leeds 2021, Peanuts, Damien, Lee, Ewan, Rick Ashley, he's back again, Annie, Owen, there we go, Dan as well, plenty of you in here. Get your predictions in. We'll have a look at the teams. Let's have a quick look at the table first before we do indeed go into some detail. And there you can see. So Watford are down in 17th. But anyone who's been following this will know they've had a horrific run of fixtures, which they've not got that many points from. But everybody expected this. They're 2 off the 1 point per game standard, we think. 38 that'll likely keep them up. Might be lower this season. Who knows? Who knows? We're always looking at the tide down the bottom there, aren't we? Same in the Championship. But now Ranieri's in. He's settled. Their forwards are looking all right. And there's a chance that they can keep pushing that point per game through the next run of games now. So it was all about being set when this big run finished. Played Manchester City and Chelsea last week, for goodness sake. But now there's an argument for a trend up. For Brentford, had a losing streak, but those last few games got a win against Everton into the bargain. 5 points from the last 4. And again, not wanting to patronise any team, but basically anyone down there, bottom 4, bottom 5, bottom 6, just get to a point per game and work up from there. If you can get past that, the world's your oyster. But you don't want to be getting left. You can see where Burnley, Newcastle, Norwich down there a little bit behind it, 4 and 5 points off. Whereas Watford, if they win tonight, it'll be 16 points from 16 games. And that, to me, seems to be the important number. Right, let's have a look at the teams. Give me your predictions in via the chat and give me your comments in on the teams. Brentford are very consistent. Let me just make that bigger. There we go. Brentford are very, very consistent with that 3-5-2. Basically, about, 10 games from the end of last season, they changed. And they've stuck with it ever since, frankly. They are missing 2 key players across the back and in goal. David Raya and Christopher Aya are not around. So it's Fernandez in goal and Charlie Good helping out a right centre-back. Now, I don't know whether SofaScore have got this right because I think it's more likely Christian Norgard plays in at centre-back than Vitaly Janelt. And when Brentford first went to 3 at the back last season, it was Christian Norgard. You can see Ethan Pinnock. It's not on the bench. That would make any sense in the world. They've got Mads Sørensen on the bench, but you can see Ethan Pinnock is not around either. So they're very, very short at the back. Not literally. I know Pinnock's a huge guy, but essentially the first choice back three and keeper would be Raya, Pinnock, Janssen, and Aya. So there's only one of those guys around. So they've really got to watch themselves at the back, have Brentford. But I suspect it will be Norgard rather than Janelt. But we'll find out literally at kickoff, won't we? We'll see how they are indeed lining up at the back. That'll be blindingly obvious. Roslev at right wing back, Henry at left wing back. Look, we've been a championship channel. You know who all of these players are, don't you? No explaining needed from me. So I'm assuming Norgard's going to play centre half. So Janelt, Jensen, and Baptiste across midfield, possibly. Again, we'll find out just which of those Brentford midfielders is going to be covering the centre-back spot. Brian Mbeumo up top. I think he's started pretty much every game, hasn't he? Might have even started every game. With Johan Risa. And obviously, Ivan Toney is the big superstar name there. Not around. Positive COVID test. It must have been nearly 10 days ago. And I know if they can issue a negative test now, they can get back a little bit quicker, but obviously no Toney yet. So you would have to say Brentford missing some important players. Raya, Pinnock, Aya, and Ivan Toney, possibly their best player as well there. So they're going to have to make do and mend, Brentford. Let me know how you feel about that. Let's just have a look on the bench. Cox, Stevens, Thompson, Sørensen, Godos, Bidstrup, Onyeka, Young Coombs, and Force. Obviously, the standouts there. Force can help out up front. Doesn't really feel like there's, even in Tony's absence, there's an actual number 9 there. Remember, Mbeumo and Visa, really, as I understand, are wide players sort of playing up top there. So Force might be required, as might Onyeka and Sørensen in terms of if they do want a dedicated centre half in there. Give me your thoughts on all of that in the chat. Sky just going, I think, to their last ad break. Oh, no, but probably 2, actually, with 7 minutes from kickoff. So a bit of time to get your comments in on all of the team news. Let's look at Watford. No Ben Foster. So neither side with their first choice keeper, although there's not much in it between Backman and Foster. Backman had the shirt for the longest time and then Foster nicked it back. He hurt himself in a charity game, didn't he? And Backman has the shirt back. Across the back, Firmino, Trustekong, Cathcart, and Ngakia. A lot of shade poured on poor old Danny Rose after that Man City game, and Ngakia starts at left back. Been having some trouble, a couple of individual mistakes and a bit silly goals conceded recently. So they're really going to want that tightened up, and Ranieri will be working towards that, won't he? Call them a midfield 3 there. Kuczka, Cleverley, and Sissoko. Fairly nice balance. It skews a little defensive for me, but you'll realise why when you see the other 3 players we're about to read out. So 2 wide forwards, Dennis and Hernandez. Dennis has been really good. I think he's got 12 goal involvements so far. Hernandez has just found his way into the team. Ismail Assar is not there either. So essentially, neither team has their first choice goalie. And you would say the star players, Tony and Ismail Assar, are not there. So Josh King up top. But that Watford front 3, if the back guys can give them the screen and the defensive solidity, they look pretty handy, actually, that bunch. All been on the score sheet, and particularly Dennis, very productive with his output. There's the bench for Watford. Angelini, Elliott, 2 keepers on the bench. There you go. Kabasele, Rose, Tufan, Sema, Loser, Fletcher, João Pedro. I would suggest a little bit stronger for Watford on the bench there than Brentford. But hey, the bench isn't where the game's decided first up. It may be in the end, but I'm sure there'll be an hour or 70 minutes before we're staring down at the bench and figuring out what moves. The 2 managers, Thomas Frank and Claudio Ranieri, of course, a bit of a legendary figure. Now, the referee is referee Oliver. We're in the Premier League. We get our elite supposed refs. We get VAR as well. Lots of Championship fans moaning and whining about refs and VAR, etc., etc. Right. Sean. What a legend. Sean always gives me a super chat. Very, very kind, Sean. Thank you so much. We will meet one day and I'll buy you a pint to thank you for all of these super chats. Very, very kind. Hey up, Ben. The tea lady will be our DM and Kit Man up top against Chelsea. Yeah. Sean, we'll be talking about Leeds on Dearly Departed on Sunday morning. And yes, if you think a couple of these teams have got it bad, a lot of players missing for Leeds. But thank you ever so much for the super chat. Sean, I have to say, Sky are saying Yanel at centre half as well. And I would trust Sky more than I would trust SofaScore, because I know Sky have got people asking at the ground, whereas SofaScore, often it's just the algorithm picking the team. So maybe it will be Vitaly Janelt at the back and not Christian Norgard. Keep your eyes on that. Let's have a look at some comments here. 0-0 incoming. I'm not so sure about that with goalkeepers and defenders missing, but there we go. A free light show. I had one of them when I went to Wickham the other week. Yeah, there you go. Luke, looking forward to a good match tonight. Aren't we all, hopefully? David, 3-1 Bs. Alistair, King double. He has looked handy, Josh King, hasn't he? He's no mug. Given chances. And I do feel, and this obviously goes into the Mitrovic debate and the Dwight Gale debate and all of that sort of stuff. I do feel some of these strikers that play down at lower end sort of Premier League teams, you know, operating down in the bottom 6, bottom 8, they don't get that many chances, do they? And then they're criticised for not scoring goals with their not many chances in not great teams, as the league table says. So there we go. Lee, shame Dennis never joined the Blazers on the cards for a long time. It is a shame, looking at his output this season as well. Brentford 0, Watford 1, says Adrian. 2-1 Watford for Alistair. Wayne, keep up the likes. Absolutely, Adrian. We're not bottom anymore. There we go. There speaks a Newcastle fan. Back and forth, though. Jake, so long as Watford don't win, we're going to need all the help we can get. That's from with his Leeds hat on there. Zero Fox 1-0 Watford. Peanuts 1-1. Josh, come on, you Orns. Good mix. So we got some representation from both here, haven't we? Ewan 2-0 Bees. Liam 2-1 Bees. Dan Watford. Brentford 2-1 says Wayne. Charlie 3-1 Watford. Woof. I think Lee's making satirical political comment there. Yes, we can confirm the stream is happening now, and I'm not going to make fun of anyone. The Gavin Marn Derby, John. That's niche, but I like it a lot. You know me. Anir, 3-1 Watford. Sounds fun, unless you're a Brentford fan. Dennis has been unreal so far this season. Has been good. Keep your eye on Emmanuel Dennis, number 25 for Watford. Right. Tom Cleverley and referee Oliver just having a little powwow before we kick off. I'm going to stick 0-0 up there and put that up on the screen. If you really want to enjoy this, I'll give you a timestamp at various junctures and try and get everything lined up. A great deal of the players are taking the knee against all forms of discrimination, and we respect the choices of any of the players, whichever way they choose to do that. And we are off. Big Diag immediately forward. Charlie Good came out like a tank and headed that one away. And the ball's just bouncing about in central midfield. I'm watching on a Sky Sports TV feed here. So if you are on Sky Go, on Smart TV, on the Now TV app, we may be a little bit out. So we'll give you a timestamp. We'll try and do one after 1 minute, unless the ball all of a sudden heads up to the box. Keep your comments coming in as we go. And hopefully we get a good fun one here down at the Brentford Community Stadium. Evening, Stephen. He's going for a draw tomorrow between Borough and Stoke. Okay, we're coming up to the minute mark, so I will give you a timestamp here. We're going to be at 1 minute in 3, 2, 1, sync. Big header away there by Troost Ekong. Horrible mistake he made against Leicester, wasn't it? Before the snow started falling, I think. But yeah, they could just do with cutting that out at the back, couldn't they, Watford? Just a clean sheet. Swept home there by Shandon Baptiste, signed from Oxford, along with Tariq Fosu. I think the season before Brentford went up. Pretty high press there from Watford. They pressed the goal kicks there. So, you know what it's like. Both sides looking at that as an opportunity. Brentford will be like, can we drag them up the pitch, play through? And Watford will be like, can we nick the ball off them? So that could be interesting. Keep an eye on that. It's King chests it down on halfway, plays it to Ngakia. Ngakia into Hernandez. Sissoko. Did Sissoko win the World Cup with France? He did, didn't he? Someone will correct me. I think so. Here's Firmino. Watford just on top so far. Give the ball away as soon as I say that. Ball hits a hand there. Referee Oliver makes clear he thought it was accidental. Norgard on cleverly. And here comes Visa now. And Mbeumo went too early there. Here is Roslev. They've got the cover back there, Watford. I think it's King who's chased all the way back. He should be the number 9, King. Good tries to cross it in. It's going to go loose. Visa hits the shot, tipped over the bar. Beg your pardon, it was Baptiste. It was in the line with Dan Backman there. It was a horrible cross in the first instance by Good. That's really good play, actually, by Baptiste. Doesn't let the ball bounce. Just controls the volley. Knows he's hitting it early, so it's not about power. Can he loft it over the keeper's head or find one of the corners? Backman taking no chances, just tips it over the bar. Good work by Baptiste there. And it's a corner to Brentford. Thank you. A €2 super chat from SJSS JSHSB. Very, very kind. Corner taken short by Matt Jensen. In it goes, floated to the back post, looking for Brian Mbeumo. Firmino wins the header in front of him. A couple of Watford appeals for a goal kick, but we're going to get another corner. Remember, Ethan Pinnock is normally the guy all the Brentford corners are aimed at, but he's not about tonight. Dennis to get 2, says Brain Sample. Got some defending to do first. Thank you again for that super chat. They're giving me another one now. Look at that. Very, very kind. Reveal yourself. Too kind. In comes the corner. Cleared to the edge of the box. Rico Henry was winding up for a shot. It's just nicked away from him. I think it was Firmino actually sort of defending the edge of the box. I'm the dude. You having a Christmas party at my house this year? No. We're supposed to be going to Chichester. To be fair, if all goes to plan and nothing gets locked down, my parents and my sister and my nephew will come over. But that won't be until like the 28th, 29th. And there's another one. See, is that what Ronaldo does when he does the thing? Thank you. You've tipped me €6 here. Very, very kind, SJSSJSHSB. Thank you. Very, very kind. A third super chat there. Very kind indeed. And Peanuts as well. Peanuts always gives us a super chat. Legend. Thank you so much. 99 cents from Peanuts. Thank you very, very much indeed. He's a regular. Sissoko tries to feed that one through. And it's cleared. Nodded away. It's going to fall to Rico Henry. Hernandez goes 50-50. Kuchka tries to win it in midfield. It's broken through to Visa. Back to Jensen. Norgard. Jensen. Good. Good's going to go long. It's a dreadful ball by Good. And Hernandez gets control of that easily. Ekong. Giveaway there by Kuchka. Baptiste slides it on, and Mbeumo in the box. Good defending by Cathcart. Cathcart does well there. Gets his feet in the way, gets a little bit tangled up, and he just gets there first and boots it in. I think Cathcart realised, and Waymo always loves to come inside from that inside right position, doesn't he? So he just narrowed that angle off and just pinched the ball away. Brentford probably on top now. We're going to get a long throw launched in by Charlie Good. Need to tip for good service. Well, that's very, very kind. Peanuts. Janssen has gone forward. He's on the near post. Norgard's in there as well. Plenty of big players for both teams, actually, here. In it goes. Janssen wins the header and backman holds up both hands. What do you think so far, guys? Fairly even. I'd actually say, in terms of progressing the ball, probably I'm with Watford. But in terms of actual danger, Brentford have got a couple of set plays and it's just a little bit more direct, don't they? Hoping for a Marcus Force goal. That'll certainly be off the bench. Alistair, we'll get your time sync in a minute until I forget. Here comes Dennis on the left-hand side, little back heel to Ngakia. Lobbed in. Nice shape on that one. Just a bit too high for Hernandez. Arriving on the back post. Easy for Fernandez. It's going to be fun. Hernandez and Fernandez tonight. There we go. Won't be the first time I've got two names in a muddle. Jensen, switch out to Roslev. Roslev knocks that one back. And here is Janssen. I'm just going to do that time sync. Who's that for? Alistair. Going to be at 8 minutes on my coverage in 3, 2, 1, sync. So, yeah, if you're not watching down a TV feed, you might want to sync up if you're watching on your phone or by whatever means you've found to take a look at this game. A bit of holding by Roslev there. Luke, how much do you think vaccine passports will affect football not being put in place until the 4th of January? I didn't realise that. Look, I've been to a few games, a handful of games this season, not as many as I would like to, but hey, life's different now. And I've been told I need it and I haven't had it checked once. So read into that what you will. Will they actually get checked is my question. I'm not. Oh, nice little nutmeg there by Jensen. Ball breaks loose. Jensen has it again. Big one into the channel. Is Visa going to get there first or is the ball going to run out? The ball is going to run out. 1-0 to Lons in the game against Not. Thank you, Liam. Poor goalkeeping leading to that one. Toby, a common question this one gets asked. How long will a club stay in the dearly departed club? As long as they're in the Premier League, Toby. As long as they're in the Premier League. With the caveat that if some nice funding comes in for me to do a whole Premier League review and a whole Premier League preview, maybe we'll start being able to do the whole league next season. Obviously, we'll still keep a big focus on our championship. And we would need a sponsor to be able to do that. Time is at a minimum. Lee, now what's the meaning behind that? £1.14. Knowing Lee, there will be a meaning. Thank you, Lee, by the way. Can anyone figure it out? 114. Oh, I was feeling left out. Is that it? There we go. Oh, Lee, you're a legend. We'll see Lee on the watch along over on Patreon. Lee taking up the comedy duties on there. I don't even bother making jokes when he's on. Out of my league, aren't you, Lee? There we go. Adam, respect for the watch along, my friend. You're very welcome, Adam. Hope you're enjoying it. Stephen, have there been any decent Finnish players in the Prem in the past? Wasn't Sami Hupia Finnish? He must be the best one, must it? Jari Litmanen. What a player. Thoughts on Ryan Lowe during joining Preston? Excited to see how he does, Peanuts. Really excited to see. Good to see some new names. We've lost Warnock, Houghton and McCarthy, haven't we? And we've got Aspargi and Lowe and some new names to look at there. Steve Morrison as well. Roslev on the right. Roslev steps in. A little poke onto Norgard. Inside from Good to Jensen. Shape looks good here for Brentford. Switched out. Henry, good chest down and touch. Henry crosses in. Good gather by Dan Backman. Anir, Watford good press. Brentford playing through. Watford's aging midfield. Right, yeah. Watford missing loser in there. Bees might miss Tony's finishing. All good comments, and here, good stuff, fella. Best finish player was Shefki Kuki. Good old Shefki. There we go. UC Jaskalainen, yeah. It's a great finish players, hasn't he? Surely Litmanen was the king, though, wasn't he? Remember that Ajax team with him as the number 10. What a player. What a player. Cathcart boots that one forward. Brentford just on top now for the last 3-4 minutes. Neither side really wanted to get caught with their pants down here, though. So team shape important. Janelt, who is most definitely playing at the back. They got that right. There's another one in the channel. Isn't Buemo going to get there? He did actually. Slid in, but Visa was a good, 5 meters behind the play there. Jonathan Johansson, there you go. Antti-Niemi. Come on then, guys. Get your finish team in there. Whatever formation you like. All finish 11. Get them in there. I want to see you finish 11 today. You need Hippier in there. You need Jaskalainen. You need Litmanen. Get Pookie in there. Force. Come on. You can do it. Get me your Finland 11 in the chat. Don't look it up, though. Too kind, Ben. In theory, you could end up with an all dearly departed Premier League. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be lovely. It would involve certain long-standing Premier League teams being relegated, but there we go. Free kick to Brentford. Mixu Phatthananan, love that. Oh, Bolton player there. Mikkel Forsell. Wow. I don't know if Force and Pookie are getting in this team now. Litmanen and Forsell up top. Yeah, no, they won't read that one out. Mikkel Forsell. You're welcome for this finish. Yeah, thanks, Stephen, for that one. Glenn Kamara. Yes. Here is Charlie Good on halfway. Jensen is getting a fair bit of ball. He's just dropping into that space behind what Anir said was the ageing Watford midfield. They're not going with him, so they're happy to let him play. Nice ball through the lines. Baptiste out to Rico Henry. Henry, can he get crossing position? Firmino tight. Baptiste. Henry comes inside, drives it with the right foot. It's blocked out by Troost Ekong. Norgard, it's good from Brentford. Watford, very deep, very narrow. Lovely chest off by Janelt, who's got up the pitch from centre-half. Henry. And they've given it away. It's a nice little spell of possession there for Brentford. Roy Hodgson as manager. I'm all for that. Timu Tainio. Brilliant stuff. Wing. Kingy hat-trick against Brentford. No problems. From a Cherries fan. There we go. Ex-Bournemouth player. There's one into the channel. Dennis is given chase. Good hook clear by Janelt, who as a midfielder, you would expect maybe to be a little bit more mobile than a centre-half. I know things have changed, but Janelt certainly gets about the pitch, doesn't he? Juha Kankunen. I don't know who that is. I do remember Aki Rihalati. He needs to be in central mid. Come on, someone give me all 11. Will the comments allow you? Does it allow you that many characters? Ben is the EFL Mark Goldbridge. Is that a good thing? I don't know whether that's a good thing. Well, he's very successful, isn't he, Mark Goldbridge? So that'd be nice. Hey? Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? I love how you butchered. I'll get on with it, Peanuts, dearie me. I have no knowledge of Finnish pronunciation, and neither do 99% of my subscribers. So, yeah, it'll be all right. I wouldn't worry about it. Here is Charlie Good. Good to Ruslev. Baptiste on the chase. Baptiste trying to go inside Cathcart. Cathcart gets his body in the way and does the old shepherding it out. That's normally my pet hate, but on the word of referee or former referee Keith Hackett, I have to apparently I have to be okay with it as long as the player shepherding the ball out is And the ball is in playing distance. Them's the rules. Here comes the goal kick from Backman. Nico Hämäläinen. Yes, he played wing-back for QPR, didn't he? Come on, we filled the 11 now, haven't we? I take that Mark Goldbridge comment as a compliment. There we go. Mark Goldbridge, everybody. A free kick for Watford. Tom cleverly taken down there. Let me take you down by Matt Jensen. Here is Cathcart. Ngakia. Inside it goes back to Cathcart. Callum on the way up to Huddersfield early tomorrow, hoping to finally see an away win. Nice one, Callum. I've got a gig tomorrow night, so what we're going to do tomorrow, I'll watch that one along, actually, then head off to my gig. So, no, I won't be at a game tomorrow, but we should be able to do a watch-along of Huddersfield Coventry. Sounds fun to me. Long one in for Dennis. It did come off Charlie Good, didn't it? I think the officials got that one wrong. Janssen scoops that one down the line. Brentford get out. It's Cathcart against Mbuemo. They're definitely targeting Cathcart in terms of trying to run in behind him. There is Röslev to Jensen. Oh, little slide through. Nearly got it right there. Do you know what? Jensen's got his he's got his radar out today. I don't think Risa was quite on his wavelength there. I thought that was the right pass that Jensen tried to play through, split the defence. Didn't quite go with it, did he? There we go. Is that a whole 11? We've got another Finn in the chat as well. Be picking me up on my Finnish pronunciation. Enkelman or Jääskeläinen, surely. How many games? Did someone look that up? How many games did Jääskeläinen play in England? I bet it's 600. He was so consistent, wasn't he? Great goalkeeper. Proper Big Sam player. Talking about Strawberry Fields, have I seen that Beatles documentary yet? Do you know, I've watched about 3/4 of the first episode and haven't got any further. I just haven't found the time. I'm either working or I'm with the baby or I'm going to sleep. So I haven't actually managed to watch it, but I will. What did you think, David, by the way? David, you're above me in the prediction league as well, so I don't know why I'm talking to you, really. You're off my Christmas card list. Here is Hernandez coming down the right. Hernandez inside, given away to Baptiste. Baptiste, nice feet. Jensen, who's playing well, isn't he? Nice ball by Jensen, knocked on by Norgard. Oh, beautiful football by Brentford. Here comes Visa down the left, and Mbuemo's in the middle. Visa cuts inside. Oh, he held on to that too long. He needed to go direct there. He's the type of player, Iain Visa, when he lands on the ball. Oh, let's stop now because it's a Watford counter. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez, early looping ball looking for Dennis. Oh, lovely pull down out of the sky by Dennis. Great touch by him. Dennis versus Good. Dennis, nice feet. Can he pick out Kuczki? Yes. Sissoko, good ball, Sissoko. And Gakia, left side of the box, swings it right-footed. Janssen did not need to header that. Fernandez gives him a round of applause. But it's headed over the top. Yeah, that's easily going through to the keeper. Really good passage of play there. Brentford with a nice build-up and attack first. Now a really quick counter-attack by Watford. And they have a corner. 575 games, Tom. Amazing consistency. What a player. Yeah, nice Finnish football chat here. 20 minutes, 35 in this one. Nicely poised. There's something here. Something here for both sides, you would think. And Gakia throw in to Watford. In it goes. Hernandez, good tackle by Charlie Good. And there's one for Mbeumo to chase. And here he goes. Mbeumo down the right-hand side. Mbeumo versus Ekong. And he curls it. Backman flies across his goal. And that looked like a good save. Let's see if it's a camera save. Really, I was just praising Watford for a quick counter-attack. Lovely ball by Baptiste. Really, really direct from Mbeumo. We knew he was going on his left foot. He tries to curl it. I need an angle behind the goal for that one to see how good a save that was. An unorthodox salmon leap across from Backman, but he tipped it round the post. We've seen Brian Mbeumo scored that goal many, many times. Here is a corner for the Bees. In it comes Jensen to the back post. I think Sissoko got the head on that. Yeah, good play by Sissoko. Flicks it away. Nodded back by Henry. Sissoko again. Heads it out. Past the fourth official. And it's going to be a throw-in to Brentford. Right, we've got an angle from behind Brian Mbeumo. Is it going in the corner? That's a good save, actually, that by Backman. Yeah, I wondered whether it was a bit of a camera save. But no, it's going... I think it might be going side netting. So it's a good strike by Mbeumo. Great save indeed. Cleared there by Watford. Ranieri has been better than I thought he'd been, considering how he was at Fulham. Yeah, he's been good at Watford actually so far, hasn't he? Horrible run of games, but it's as much as I liked Xisco, it's been an upgrade, hasn't it? And now we're going to find out. Proof's in the pudding now as the run of games gets a little bit easier. I thought he was going to hit the post again. Ewan, Emmanuel Dennis. I always dreamed of being a footballer. I wanted to become a priest, but now I'm a baller. He certainly is, isn't he? Chested down by Norgard. Henry rolls his man. Visa, really strong tackle there by Ekong. Good tackle, though. Hernandez, it's broken now. Josh King, left-hand side of the box. Josh King tries to bend it right foot. Hits the post. Oh, wow. Close there from King. Really clever effort there. I didn't think there was the space to get that shot off. It's given away. Well, not given away. Ekong wins it. King cuts inside off the right. It's a really good effort, that, isn't it? He's unlucky there, King. Just manages to squeeze it through the gap. Good pace. Bounces it past the keeper. Hits the post. That's unlucky. In comes the corner! And Watford lead! And it's Dennis! Again, you were all talking about him before the game. He wouldn't have been one of the players I picked out for aerial prowess. But he's climbed from the corner and it's Brentford 0. Watford 1. Watford lead halfway through the first half. Get your thoughts in on that. Emmanuel Dennis has done it again. We'll look at his numbers imminently. Let's just keep our eyes on him. He's unmarked. That's really poor from Brentford, isn't it? Janssen holds his hands out. Is it zonal marking? He doesn't even make a run, does he? He stood in the middle, one step forward and then just jumps, powers the header in. Dreadful marking by Brentford there. Good corner, good header. The big guy, Kuchka, who I would have had as an aerial threat, arrives and the inquest begins. Both Charlie Good and Pontus Janssen holding out their arms to each other, saying, who the hell was picking up Emmanuel Dennis? The answer is nobody. And it is an opening goal for Watford. Let's just bring up his really brilliant numbers this season as Brian Mbeumo comes down the right-hand side. We'll go to the split screen in just a second. Gaki has won it. And that is going to be a Brentford throw. Just quickly flash that up. There's Dennis's numbers there. 13 starts. So that's now 7 goals, 5 assists. So that's 12 goal contributions in 13 starts. Really impressive from Emmanuel Dennis. And those are the sort of stats when there's a team down there towards the bottom 6, bottom 8. Those are the sort of stats. Throwing goes long. Norgard gets a touch on it, loops up and wide of the goal. Those are the stats. If you have one player who can do that, that can be the difference. The goal scorer, you know, a guy who's putting the numbers on. Right, what was the setup here for this corner? It's a mixture of zonal. There's one bit of man-to-man marking. It's King. It's been marked by Yanel. Rico Henry's a runner as well. But all the big guys are marking zonally. And Dennis just stands in the middle of them, takes a step forward, climbs and heads the ball into the net. It's a good delivery, but yeah, that's... I don't want to get all Graham Souness, but if you are zonal and that's dropping in front of you, come and attack the ball, especially if Watford's best goal scorer is stood right there in front of you. Now, we'll get some comments in on that. Come on, says Ewan. Woof. Dennis, unreal this season. That man again. Dennis the Menace. Great goal. Looks like Dan Vackman went into overdrive. Dan Backman, right, okay. 2-0 on, 7 goals, 5 assists. Fantastic. And there goes my prediction. Oops. Dennis, new Igalo, proper Igalo vibe. Woof. Bet Dennis would be great at Liverpool. I think he'd be great wherever he goes. I think that's on Janssen. If it was zonal, there shouldn't be that much space. Yeah, I agree. Needs to just come forward and attack the ball. It's all, zonal. I don't have an issue between zonal marking and man marking, but zonal marking done badly is bad. Fairly obviously. It's Nigeria in the AFCON. May hit Watford hard if Saran Dennis goes. Anyone know the answer to that? Nigeria in the AFCON? I assume they are. Don't know for a fact. Free kick. Brentford from the left. In it goes. Out swinger. Good was climbing. Rico Henry on the volley with the right foot. Horrible technique there. Brian Mbeumo. Sorry, Rico Henry. Leans back and skies that one. And it's Brentford 0. Watford 1. Keep your comments coming in. Everything looking good for Watford. He's just having Ranieri's just having a chat with Mike Dean, who's the 4th official, about something or other. A great of the game, really, Claudio Ranieri now. 30 years service as a manager? Incredible career. Absolutely incredible. Yes, Nigeria are worth. Martin, after such a good start, could Brentford get relegated? Yeah, they have. Not won a game since October the 3rd. Didn't they beat Everton? That must have been since October the 3rd, mustn't it? But your point stands to reason, Martin. Here comes Danger Man Dennis down the left-hand side, running with Janssen. Dennis gets it out of his feet, cuts back inside. Dennis crosses it in. He's a danger, isn't he? Really is. Here is Firmino following it up. Firmino crosses right-footed. That's a hopeless cross by Kiko Firmino. But Dennis looks at it, doesn't he? And he really had Janssen looking terrified there, didn't he? And running for the hills. Brentford 0, Watford 1. Newcastle to stay up, says Tron. Let's see who comes in January, I think. If they don't get that right, no, they'll go down, won't they? But we think they've got a small fortune to pay. Here is Mbeumo. Clips that one over the top looking for Visa. And Ngakia takes no chance. Just comes across on the cover from left back. Smacks it out of play. Do I think Southampton could win the league? No. Sorry, Toby. Here is Fernandez. Bit of a wobbly back pass there from Janssen. He apologises. Janelt to Henry. Watford press kicks in again there. Janelt sidesteps Fernandez. Here comes the press again. It's working, isn't it? King closed down Fernandez. Dennis sliding in front of Good. Dennis has fouled Good the second time. Just leans on him a little bit too hard. Good, for some reason, has just pulled, trying to pull his shorts off him. I don't know what he's doing there. A little bit of afties. Actually, Good looked a bit angry there. Is there an intent to kick out? Interesting. Move on. You're right, Ben. Won one game since October. There you go. Anyone know what position Claudio Ranieri spoke? No idea. I've only ever known him as a manager, to be fair. I know nothing of Ranieri, the player. David, legend, you Horns. And they are leading them Horns. And they've got a free kick down that left-hand side. Josh King has been fouled. Brentford miss Raya. It's certainly in a game where Watford are doing what they're doing and they're pressing on those goal kicks. Someone is about to have a change of boots. We'll find out who in a second. It's the Watford kit guy who's got the boots ready. So one of the Watford players isn't happy with the grip they're getting. Free kick to Watford, though. In it goes from Cleverly, headed away. There's a restart being given. I don't know if it's an offside or a push. Charlie Good still chuntering away at Fernandez. He's been in a grump for the last few minutes, hasn't he? Time sync down. We're going to be at 32 minutes right now. Sorry, short notice one. But there you go. Mitchell, B's defence has been letting him down. Certainly did from that corner, Mitchell, didn't it? Enjoyed the interview on Don't Scratch Your Eyes. Yes, indeed. You can go and check that out. I was on a Watford podcast. Oh, I think Ngaka is about to get yellow carded. Visa got ahead of him. It's a bit of a wild, swingy one. Is the yellow card coming out for that? That's a yellow all day, isn't it? Goodness me. Very clumsy. I think he might have gotten away with it through sheer clumsiness there, Jeremy Ngakia. I thought he should have been booked there, shouldn't he? Free kick to Brentford. Quite sort of central, 18, 24, 30, about 34 yards out. Jensen plays it in early, looking for Visa. Is it going to fall for Jansen? No, it's cleared away, and Bomo grabs it. And it's going to go all the way home to Fernandez, the Bees keeper, who's going to knock that in short, surely to Charlie Good, is he? No, he's going to go long himself. Roslev loses out in the air to Ngakia. Throwing to Brentford down the right, Charlie Good. It's not going to go in the box. Did that even get onto the pitch? What happened there then? I don't think that throw even made it onto the pitch. I think he's going to get another go there, Charlie Good. I think he should be made to forfeit the throw for missing the pitch, literally there. Here is Yanel. Yanel fouled by Dennis, the goal scorer. Another free kick to Brentford. Dennis the Menace. Give the man 5 FPL points already. Oh, he's nailing them this season, isn't he? One takeaway this game. Both can defend set. Both can defend set plays. Brentford don't look like they can at the moment, I have to say, but there may be a letter missing from that. Russell, hello. How you doing, my friends? In goes the free kick from Brentford. Good heads it back. Here is Hernandez. Hernandez brings it away. Oh, Hernandez beats his man, and now here comes King down the left wing. King, Sissoko. Good break this by Watford. Sissoko puts the cross in. Lovely ball by Sissoko. And it was Dennis that was on the end of it. You probably wanted that to be King. Great cross, actually, by Sissoko there. He's right out on the touchline, and he kind of arcs that one into the far post. Nice shape on it. And maybe a slightly better aerial player. I'm not going to criticise Dennis for much the season he's having, but that could have been a good-looking chance there. High foot by King there. Well played, Charlie Good. He just gets straight up. Well done. We don't need you to hold your head and roll around for 10 minutes. We get it. Although Emmanuel Dennis has gone down. Referee Oliver's just asking if he needs treatment, and it looks like he's going to get some. 35:57 on the clock. Brentford 0. Watford 1. Let's check some numbers in on this one. Brentford 60-40 on the possession and 6 shots to 4. 2 shots to 1 on target. Watford hit woodwork. Obviously, Josh King hit the post, didn't he? 3 corners to 2 to Brentford. So, I don't know. I think those numbers are a little bit misleading, aren't they? Honestly. Watford are playing this quite well, aren't they? Brentford have had their moments, but haven't really forced a big chance. And it's been quick transitions and a couple of set plays. Whereas in terms of actual game plan, Watford's is working, isn't it? You know, I know they've scored from the set play, Watford, but a few nice quick counters. This is how Dennis got... Oh, ouch, yeah. He actually injured himself jumping for that header. Just loses himself in the flight there. And as he's coming down, he sort of topples over and lands a bit heavily on his left ankle as he comes down. He looks okay. Watford fans will be hoping that he's okay. And lots of FPL players by the sound of it as well. Dennis racking up the points this season. Here is good. Good inside to Pontus Jansson. Janelt knocks that one forward. Ekong. Kuchka, heavy ball to Firmini. Can't do a lot with that. And smashes it out of play. Everyone's got Dennis in their FPL team, haven't they? Does Janelt remind you of Chris Mepham? I know what you mean. Yeah, similar build, similar hair colour, similar haircut. Slightly better on the ball. I think even Chris Mepham would admit that. He's not a midfielder. There's a little slide through looking for Dennis. Janssen covers that easily, plays it back to Fernandez. The press doesn't quite go with Dennis that time. They held their positions. The ball's cleared, and it's going to be Brentford throwing right in front of Claudio Ranieri. Tron, this has got 0-0 written all over it. I mean, it literally hasn't. I bet you £1 million. Actually, I'll raise it. I bet you £100 million this game doesn't end 0-0. Here's Troost Ekong. He's going to take the free kick. Watford just squidging up the pitch now. Remember, the pressure is on Brentford. Need to get themselves a goal. Watford can take their time on set plays, can try and just methodically move the game up the pitch. Don't have to force the issue, if you know what I mean. Norwich only need 2 more points this season, then I can feel happier. Is that some kind of record low or something? There we go. Tailor-made Army. I think I've met that guy. What a player. 3.5 for Dennis. Love the stream. Pidge, yes, I've met him. How you doing, Pidge? Who wears a great mohawk, I have to say. Here is Firmino. Hooks that one forward. Surely Dennis is offside, isn't he? Flag doesn't go up. And it's a throw-in to Watford. And Gakia sort of hooks it into the middle. Visa hooks it away. Norgard. What a pass by Norgard. Volleys it through. Here's Mbeumo. And Mbeumo tries to stick it through to Johan Visa. Check that ball. If nothing comes from Brentford from this game, you may have just seen one of the passes of the season there from Christian Norgard. Full-on half volley. Let's have a look at the replay of this on the left foot. Right foot, sorry. Literally just drills that into Mbeumo's feet there. They don't score. They deserve to score from a pass like that. But look at that for a pass. We've just got the angle behind. Just, a world-class bit of play there by Christian Norgard. Brentford have won a corner from it. In it comes, nodded away by Hernandez. Jensen nods it down. Janelt, nice ball by him. Jensen looking for Janelt again. It's going to be another corner. Bit of an odd question. Is National Lampoon Christmas Vacation good? You bet it was, hey? Are Brentford going straight back down? Yeah, possibly. They certainly had a purple patch to start the season. Obviously, my dearly departed Hatton, I'd like them not to go down. But, corner goes in, headed over the bar. It's Charlie Good, and it's going to be a goal kick. So no one got anything on that other than Good. Lovely corner, actually. And I'm going to get all critical again. Backman, one step forward. Oh, no, I'm going to apologise to Backman. He did the right thing, actually. There, big crowd in front of him. Good block on him by Baptiste. In fact, it hits Cathcart and then it bounces off Charlie Good. So that's actually well defended by Watford, isn't it? Backman did the right thing, even though he was quite cleverly blocked by Baptiste. And Cathcart just putting enough pressure on Good and it kind of heads it against each other. Pleasure to meet you, mate. It's a great haircut, not as good as your. I don't know about that, Pidge. Russ, Watford haven't kept clean sheets all season. I know Brentford have injuries. What are your thoughts on the quality in the lineup? Well, they're both missing a couple, Russ, aren't they? Obviously, Tony, Raya, Pinnock as well today for the Bees. But Watford are missing Foster and Sarr as well. To your point about the clean sheets, they really could do with one. Well, they know they win the game today if they keep a clean sheet. But, yeah, that's been the issue, hasn't it? Here's Jensen. Roerslev, excuse me. There's a foul by Sissoko on Shandon Baptiste. Class pass. That was quality. Yeah, very gifable moment there by Christian Norgard. A filthy pass on the half volley with the right foot there. Just aero puck floated it through, didn't he? Beautiful bit of play there. Jensen. It's down the line for Roerslev. Roerslev looked offside. But then again, I'm not in the stadium. Cleared by Watford. Picked up by Jensen. Jensen's played well, hasn't he? Janelt. Janelt to Henry. Jansen. Good. Norgard. Good. Watford back in shape. This is tactically probably what we're going to see a lot of in the second half, isn't it? Back in shape and then the old Ranieri counter-attack. And Brentford are going to have to play through it. I suspect Brentford will be above 60% possession in the second half. Here is Roerslev. Roerslev to the byline. Roerslev crosses in and Backman gathers it and falls on the ball. Kills a little bit of time. Lobster Soul, listening at work. Watford missing a few. On paper, look stronger. I think I agree with you, Russ, when you factor in the bench as well. Obviously, Brentford without Tony is a big deal, isn't it? Although you could argue Ismail Assar is Watford's star player on paper, but yeah, on the pitch, Emmanuel Dennis is, isn't he? He's on the ball now, and he's lost out there to Rico Henry. Filthy pass. That's a perfect way of putting it, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Who's better, Backman or Foster? I don't know, Alice. There's not much in it, is there? Not much. Can you see Thomas Frank and Ranieri staying if they go down? Yeah, good question. Frank more likely, you would think, given Claudio's age and Watford's owners. Like a managerial switch, don't they? Claudio Ranieri want to work in the Championship. We're into stoppage time, by the way. In fact, we nearly finished stoppage time. About 5 seconds of it left. It's flown by. Hey? Referee Oliver is about to blow his whistle, and there he does. Brentford 0, Watford 1. Get your comments in on the first half and get your questions in. We'll go to some halftime Q&A. Just have a little bit of a powwow. Talk about whatever the hell you want. Watford played this one well, haven't they, to be fair to them. Josh King hit the post. Emmanuel Dennis scored from a set play. Thomas Frank will be doing his nut that no one went to attack the ball on the set play. Brian Mbuemo had one good effort tipped around the post by Backman in the goal for Watford. But talking about those missing players, it feels at the moment that Brentford are missing Tony and Raya and Pinnock and Aya a lot more than Watford are missing, Ismail Assar and Ben Foster, basically. So I think Watford are all right value for that. I know we looked at the numbers, didn't we? And some of them point you in a certain way. But even though that shot count and the possession, etc., have Brentford on top, the eye test doesn't really add up to that. It's been set plays and quick counter-attack. And that glorious pass by Christian Norgard, for God's sake. Get me some questions in. Get involved with your questions at halftime, and we'll answer as many of those as we can. I'll do a little bit of pluggery first. Just have a quick look at the Live League table, and it tells us that let me remove there we go, the banner. Watford, God, look at that. If Watford win this, 6-point gap between Watford and the relegation zone. So not the best scoreline for Burnley, Newcastle and Norwich, but hey, they've got to concentrate on their own business. And at the moment, really, whatever anyone else does, those three are still, not scoring enough points, are they? So, yes, we'll see how all of that pans out. Get your questions in. We'll do a little bit of Q&A. In the meantime, please hit like on whichever platform you're watching. We're live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, of course. If you are on YouTube, please hit subscribe. We are... actually, I can change that. I'm going to change that right now. You see if I don't. We're going to make that 20.1k. It's like the totalizer on Comic Relief or Blue Peter or whatever. There we go. 20.1k. You love to see it. And thank you. We had a few super chats in the stream today. You can support what we do here. It'll always be free on YouTube, but if you feel you do want to give a little tip or whatever, you can do so. For those people who are really, really, really lovely, go and sign up over at patreon.com, and much more direct interaction with me over there in terms of the Q&A, long form videos, and the round tables where you can sit and chew the fat with me and talk about whatever the hell you like. Let's go to some questions. Russ, have I been to the new stadium yet? At Brentford? No, I haven't. And annoyingly, I got offered, I can't remember which game it was. Last season, I got offered press box, and I couldn't do it for whatever reason. I can't think why in a lockdown, but there was a reason why I couldn't do it. So no, I still haven't been. I have to say, I looked to see if I had any points on my Brentford login on their website, but you need to get a membership as well, because I've been to Brentford loads at Griffin Park, and a lot of clubs honour those points going forward, don't they? Stephen, I can't see Brentford going down at the moment. I don't. Watford, I hope. Oh, there we go. Ben, who do you think will win the World Championship of Darts this year? I have absolutely no idea about darts. What I do know is that, I always say this when people bring up darts, there was a guy called Matt King at my sixth form who was Mervyn King, who's from Ipswich, was his cousin. Oh, no, brother. It was his brother, wasn't he? Yeah. And Mervyn King is apparently a world-class dartsman, darts player, whatever the correct word is. So yeah, that's my link to darts. So yeah, Merv the Swerve will sort you out tickets if you want, but no, I've no idea who will be winning. Kelly and Gary look very cold, don't they? Up in the sky there at Brentford. Mitchell and missing Cano. Yes, good point. That's a very, very good point. I didn't mention him. Canos made a difference up top against Leeds, didn't he? Let me just flash the bench up. I think the three big options, I might not even need to do it actually, were Force. Who am I trying to kid? Looking away, see if I can remember them so I'm not cheating. Yeah, Force, Onyeka and Godos would be, your leading candidates as subs. Just having a look on Sky here. It looks like Gary Neville's going to be ripping this goal a new one. That's so poor, isn't it? Just step out and attack that ball, Janssen. He's too slow on it, isn't he, old Pontus? When the ball drops over the head of the player in front of you and it's that classes as your zone, you don't expect the next guy to be coming back. So there we go. And here, Brentford, most possession, can't break down a sturdy Watford defence yet, agree. Bees need some penetration when going forward. Watford look good. And with the pace they got up, so they'll accept them. Totally agree with all that. And here, good point. Wenlock, who's the front runner for the Ipswich job and who would you like? I've got no clue on either count, I actually have to say. The betting lines, if you went and stuck £5 on someone now, their odds would come in. That's how the bookies have not got a clue, which either means Ipswich haven't got a clue or they're doing quite a good job of keeping it in-house. Look, I think it'll be Ipswich's first head coach rather than manager. So I've been interviewed about this loads of times this week, and I just keep saying, look, they've tried everything. I'll get behind whoever they hire. I can give you an argument against any type of manager because Ipswich have had every type of manager in the last 15 years, and none of them have worked out. So there we go. There's some cynical comments for you. Yeah, Harris or Lampard. They're all getting mentioned, aren't they? Got offered a ticket by you as well. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, that wasn't it? What were we doing then? Can't remember. Mitchell, any comments on the Ashes? I'm getting asked about darts and cricket. Honestly, my brain is not massive. It's in the main filled by football. So no, I don't really know a lot about the Ashes. Although my WhatsApp group for the Blue Monday podcast, the Ipswich podcast, they're always talking about cricket. I've got no idea. No idea what they're talking about. So there we go. Robin, which non-league team has the best chance of round 4 FA Cup? I see this in a slightly more capitalistic way. I say the winner is, which one is it? Chesterfield going to Chelsea, or no, Morecambe are the real winners going to Tottenham, aren't they? So, yeah, who did Boreham Wood get? I'll bow to your superior knowledge on that, Robin. But yeah, great for the non-league teams to be headed to those big and lower league teams as well, those big Premier League away games as well. Fantastic. Right, what else have we got here? Mr. E, not sure it's been answered. According to Wiki, Ranieri was the defender. Well, there you go. That will explain about his managerial style. Wolves F1. Dome has telling some other stream. I don't know what that means. If Norwich now survive, it tells Daniel Farker might be a great manager, but he also won't play some attacking style. Also, EPL might not suit. I think I know what he means there, but maybe something lost in translation there. Patrick, why are Luton such a Jekyll and Hyde team? I don't know, Patrick. I guess it's the way they play, isn't it? It's very heavy on transitions and counter-attacks. So I think they're actually quite a brave team, aren't they? They're not scared to stick fullbacks forward. And, even Luton fans would admit they, in terms of quality going against some of those bigger, particularly those parachute-funded teams, if those teams play well, Luton lose to them, don't they? They're on a nice slow building process, aren't they? One report said that Ipswich might try and pry Mowbray away from Black. Well, I love Tony Mowbray, don't I? But yeah, I don't see that happening. Aren't Morecambe in the league? Yeah, Morecambe are in League One. But yeah, they're the real winners. What I was saying in terms of income, visiting the Tottenham Stadium, aren't they? Great tie there. I went to Manchester Derby and said Glory Hunter. I can report, Russ. I found no glory at Manchester, so I don't know how you define glory, but I wasn't hunting it, and I didn't find any. Just trying to feed my little daughter, Russell. But hey, I got to see some very good football players play. All good fun. Morecambe to pull a Bradford at Spurs. It was a nice shop window for old Cole Stockton, isn't it? I think Cambridge will upset Newcastle. We've got to love that as a cup tie as well. Keep your questions coming in, you lot. It's half time here. Let me just flash the banner up in case people are flashing by on their phone. Brentford 0, Watford 1 in our dearly departed watch along. Do check out the dearly departed videos. We cover Leeds, Villa, Norwich, Watford and Brentford, the teams that get promoted from the Championship up into the Premier League. So be a nice, easy review for me on this one, because normally I'm digging for research and reading articles and looking at stats and watching packages, but get to watch the whole game on this one. Lovely stuff. Right, keep your questions coming in. It is 3 minutes to 9, so second half should be starting soon. I just want to quickly tell you about this wine glass, because about 10 days ago, I broke my second from last wine glass in the dishwasher. Today, just after we'd eaten, I said to Shaylee, I fancy a glass of wine. You know me, I say that quite a lot, don't I? Went to the dishwasher, broke my last wine glass. I said to Shaylee, we are officially out of wine glasses now. She said, she looked at me like that. She said, Ben, would you like to open one of your Christmas presents? And my brain went from 0 to 100 and realised that I'd got some wine glasses for Christmas. So this, on December the 10th, is one of my Christmas presents. So there we go. Happy Christmas, everybody. And I must be the only one to have opened a Christmas present already. It was already wrapped and under the tree. That's how organised Shaylee was, isn't it? Right. What else have we got here? Liam. Evening, Ben. Late to this one. Great to catch the live one again. Yeah, good game, Liam. Nicely poised. We've got one team playing on the counter attack and they're leading, so that always bodes well for, you know, a bit of a basketball-y second half, didn't he? Adam, nothing worse than realising you have no wine glasses left. To be fair, Adam, I would drink it out of a mug or something, but that's when your drinking gets a bit sad, when you're drinking on your own out of a teacup, isn't it? What else have we got here? What type of wine are we on? We're on Merlot tonight, Ewan. Very, very nice indeed. And well done, Shaylee. You're a lifesaver. You're telling me, bless her. And what a mother that woman is. What a legend, hey? Right, is there a 3 p.m. stream tomorrow? No, Callum. I've got a gig in Oxford Street, actually, at the 100 Club. I do it every year. So I'm going to be down and sound check at 5 or something. But I will do the Huddersfield commentary game. So we do Huddersfield commentary, no super stream. Jake, can you see Brentford coming back into this game? Honestly, without a sub, no. I think Thomas Frank's going to need to change something, actually. I think Watford are quite well set in this one. So whether we see Sorensen come in at centre-half and, you know, try and shore up the defence, just maybe a little less pittery-pattery out from the back and a bit getting the ball into midfield, you know, and forward a little bit easier. Or then there's got us and Force. Really, anyone would miss Tony, wouldn't they? But the idea that essentially got two wingers up front as well. So, yeah, good question. I think he needs a little tweaky, doesn't he? Right, what else have we got? You're not a wine drinker unless you go through a whole set of glasses each year. It's the bloody dishwasher, Jake. It's obviously crap wine glasses I buy from IKEA. These obviously aren't. These are very nice. So now I'm worried about knocking it over and smashing it, aren't I? But yes, I have gone through a set of wine glasses. Merry Christmas and well done on your Christmas wine glass. Thank you. Mitchell, do you think Brentford need to buy any new players to stay up? It's not going to do any harm, Mitchell, is it? Not going to do any harm. Although Brentford do not buy players short term for the sake of remedying a situation. It's normally they're going to buy whoever they're going to buy, whatever's happening in the league. Worth. How much do you think Ben Brereton Diaz is worth if he went in January? Leeds are rumoured. That depends on his contract. Has he got... I think he's only got 1 year. Does the contract go at the end of the season? If that's the case, could be. Is he out of contract, Brereton Diaz? Right, second half has started. We have kicked off. We'll give you a timestamp in a minute. Sorry if you didn't get your questions out. At least the glasses last longer than the one. Just about, yeah. Who won Manager of the Month? Mark Warburton. What would you say if your kid grew up as a Norwich supporter? Look, you know me. I'm a reasonably liberal guy, not in that horrible new sense of the word, but she's free to do as she pleases. There you go. 1 year plus the option. Okay. 15 million then for Brereton Diaz. Right, we're into the second half. Let me give you a timestamp. We're going to give you a timestamp at 46 minutes. We'll do a quick little reset as well. Brentford 0, Watford 1. No substitutes at half-time. We're going to be at 46 minutes. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. You can sync up. 3, 2, 1. Sync. Just in case you're on an app and we're running at slightly different timings here. Let me just grab you the 11s. We'll get them on the screen as the camera's on Don Claudio. Fernandez in goal for Brentford. Good Janssen Janelt across the back. Weakened back line for Bees, isn't it? Henry and Roslev wing backs. Jensen, Norgard, Baptiste, central mid. Visa and Mbemo up top. For Watford, Backman, Firmino, Ekong, Cathcart and Gakia. Sissoko, Kuchka, Cleverly. Call them a midfield three. Call it what you like. 4-2-3-1, 4-1, 4-1, 4-3-3. Very little difference in any of that, is there? Hernandez right, King left, and Dennis down the middle. And Dennis is the goal scorer. On the benches for Brentford, Cox, Stevens, Thompson, Sorensen, Goddard, Bidstrup, Onyeka, Young Coombs, and Force. For Watford, as the ball goes in, Firmino heads it away. Kuchka heads down. Classy played by him. And Hernandez hooks it clear. For Watford, Angelini and Elliott, two keepers. Cabasele, Rose, Tufan, Sema, Loser, Fletcher, and João Pedro. Woof. 47-20 gone. Thomas Frank is very keen for Watford to hurry up and take the throw in. And indeed they do. And be very interested in your guys' thoughts. You might have to hold off 8-10 minutes about what Thomas Frank is going to do first. Is it Saman Ghoddos? Is it Marcus Force, just to get a striker on the pitch? Is it a change of shape? You know, do they go to a back four and bring Janelt into midfield? Be really interested to know what you guys think Frank should do if this stays in the current game state. Here is Dennis clipped in. Janssen heads away. Good head of that. And Mbemo. Baptiste drives through. Baptiste has done well. Baptiste feed through looking for Visa. Firmino does well on the cover. And it's buffed down the line. Norgard helps it back. Norgard responsible for the best bit of skill of this game, wasn't he? Go out of your way to see the Christian Norgard pass about 5 minutes before half-time. There's a big boot forward. Oh, that nearly got through, didn't it? Janelt, it's poor. Tries to slide it down the line for Henry, and it's turned over. And Watford, and you don't blame him, do you? Everybody does it. Taking their sweet time. Firmino deliberately fumbles the ball. And they're going to kill a little bit of time. Headed away. Ghoddos on for Baptiste, says Annie. Time sync, Alistair, we're just 49.10. We did one on 46, so I'll do one in a little bit. Do one. Keep comments coming in. Keep your thoughts coming in. Brentford 0, Watford 1. Could be a very good win for Watford, this. And it could be a 6-point gap between that bottom three. Obviously, they can all get themselves a win tomorrow, can't they? But there you go. Look, Burnley, Newcastle, Norwich all on 10. Watford on 16 as things stand. Remember, a Brentford goal. And all of that is gone. Bit of a poor clearance there from Fernandez. That will add a bit more fuel to the fire of the Brentford Miss Raya argument. And at the moment, Watford are textbook here, frustrating Brentford, aren't they? Just sitting in their shape. They don't need to go anywhere fast, do they? They don't want to be too passive, though. And Krissy is certainly not that there. He wins it off Visa. I have to say, in terms of that substitution, it hasn't really worked out for Visa today. A nice little knockoff by Dennis, but cleverly cannot control it. City maps poster for the office. Good or bad idea? Sounds like a good idea for me. Which City lead? Wenlock, quite tight at the bottom of the Premier League this season. Does that suggest it'll be a low tide? Not necessarily, Wenlock, because you could get teams at the bottom three being left adrift, which you then get a high tide, don't you? Where 17 is, a little bit higher than normal, and everyone gets left behind and kind of stinks it out a little bit, don't they? But we'll see. Everyone's got this argument that Newcastle are going to push the tide up in, I don't know, late January, mid-February. That might not happen. Might not happen. What you want for a good old relegation battle is for everybody to start beating everybody and all taking points off each other. Catch you later, Lee. See you soon. We'll organise the round table soon. If anyone here is interested in joining on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. And we have Russ in here and Lee, both really good value on the round tables. Come and join us on Patreon and join us on a round table. Join the conversation. Have your say rather than just in the chat, eh? 52 gone. Brentford 0, Watford 1. Good shout, Wolves F1. Hit that like button. Only take you a second. Just hit the old thumbs up. Brings more people to the stream. Hopefully improves the conversation. Not always. Sometimes we get a nice conversation with just a smaller group. But hey, who knows? Foul by Kuchka there. Excuse me. Sorry. Foul by Visa on Kuchka. Just jumps through him. Russ, first part of a donation to Enid's new Norwich shirt. Oh dear, Ben's it. We'll go with Ben's new wine glasses, hey? Silly fell that actually by Visa. Thank you so much, Russ. Very, very kind. Who did I get followed? I got followed by a Twitter account the other day, On the Stool City. So maybe they want to give me a free Norwich shirt. I don't know about that. Give away their produce. Thank you, Russ, for the super chat. Of course, my friend. Very, very kind. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom if you are interested in that. I'm interested in your thoughts on where this is going. You can see Thomas Frank is very much considering he needs to change something here, doesn't he? I think Watford can play that out, can't they? Claudio Ranieri is hollering away, I think, at the linesman. Or is he having a word with one of the subs? We'll find out. Ken Semmers down there. João Pedro is down there, who's dyed his locks blonde. One of the Watford staff is telling João Pedro I think Claudio Ranieri's just told João Pedro's coming on in 5 minutes. So keep your eye on that. This is going nowhere for Brentford, says Annie. At the moment, it's not, is it? They need to fix up, look smart, in the words of Dizzy Rascal. And now, Matt Jensen's gone down. That doesn't look good. Sky got the camera right on it. Matt Jensen's just done his left hamstring, hasn't he? And we're in that normal mode of we hope it's a tweak, not a pull, and certainly not a tear. Oh, no, actually, no, it might be impact. I think he might be all right. As he got kicked, didn't he? Yeah, sorry, it's just impact. My bad. He went down clutching his hamstring. I thought, that doesn't look good. So João Pedro's coming on. So I wouldn't imagine they'll take Dennis or King off. So maybe Hernandez is about to go off. We'll find out. Baptiste Kuchka, I think it was, hit the deck there. All good fun. Bit of WWE stuff there. Here's Roslev. Roslev, speaking of WWE, double teamed by Cleverly and Ngakia. All very pushy, shovey. Tom Cleverly's very experienced, just stirring the pot there, isn't he? Free kick, Brentford. Kuchka pulling Jeremy Ngakia away. Josh King stands on the ball, stopping Charlie Good take the free kick. Brentford missed Tony up front. Well, yeah, absolutely. Good knocks it back home. And it's cleared by Fernandez. Might almost be the best thing for Brentford if Watford do go first and bring João Pedro in. They can react off that substitution then, pushes the onus onto them a little bit. Here he comes. João Pedro can play any of the 3 front positions. To be fair to the Watford forwards, they all can switch around those front positions, apart from maybe Sarr. He's very much wedded to the right-hand side, isn't he? I don't know if referee Oliver's seen yet. Yes, he has. So I suspect Hernandez is going to come off now. No, Cleverly is going to come off. Right. What is Claudio Ranieri up to here? João Pedro's coming on. He's essentially gone... He's got 4 forwards on now. I'm very curious to see who's going to go where. Could be going very old school 4-4-2 here. So a midfield pair of Sissoko and Kuchka. Where's João Pedro going then? I reckon he might be going 4-4-2 here or 4-4-1-1. Let's have a look. It looks like Hernandez has gone over to the right. Where's Josh King gone? Yeah, I think João Pedro's going to play off the front. We'll figure this out in a second. In comes the cross looking for Mbeumo. Cleared. You wouldn't have thought he'd be making an attacking change, even though he's essentially taken out a sort of more defensive player and put on a more attacking player. You think someone's going to be asked to do something different. Here's Rico Henry down the left. Sissoko does well. Norgard holds it up. Yeah, so Dennis is still the furthest forward. I wonder if Josh King's playing sort of out on the left-hand side now. Yeah, so it looks like sort of 2 banks of 4 with Hernandez and King as the wide men. João Pedro's going to play off Dennis up front. And then, in theory, they still get the protection of the midfield too there, Sissoko. I'm sure we'll see another... we'll see one of those players go out in the next 10 minutes that we're talking about. One of those 4 attacking players that Watford essentially got on. That's very good from King. Gets there quicker than Jensen. Knocks it out. Pace. You're right, Annie. They're not short pace, are they? I'll give you that. No super stream tomorrow, Ewan, but we will be doing. I've got to leave the house at about 2:30, so we will be doing. Who is it tomorrow? Huddersfield and Coventry at 12:30. Looking forward to that one. Do go and check out Football 365. Previews and all sorts there. Big weekend. Russ, not seen anything of Brentford that makes me think they are scoring all weekend. I'm struggling to disagree with you there, mate. Maybe it is a Marcus Forson and just a direct number 9 type player on. And, of course, it's stating the bleeding obvious. They're missing Ivan Toney, aren't they? In comes a cross. Oh, and here's Henry coming in at the back post. Good block. Firmino got the block on. Ekong did well. And just as I say the words, they're missing Ivan Toney. The kind of cross that Ivan Toney would have just bullied into the net. Neither Visa or Mbemo, the two wingers playing up front, can do anything with. It's a good block after. It's a good cross by Roslev, isn't it? Toney would have eaten that up, wouldn't he, for God's sakes? Corner to the Bees. In it comes from Jensen. Big header out by Josh King. Can they get there on the counter? That's good defending by Mads Roslev. Brentford 0, Watford 1. Hotting up now. Don Claudio has brought his first sub into the game. Kiko Firmino is still taking about 4 minutes per throw-in on that right-hand side. Watford switching shape, sort of, and dropping out one of their central midfield players. Here's Kuchka. João Pedro, who's got slightly blonder hair than Hernandez now. I'm going to get in a muddle between those two with the bleached blonde hair, aren't I? Nod down by Yanel, and here is Good. Lovely ball. Good touch by Mbemo, but Ngaki has touched tight, and he's done well to win that. And cleared away. Boca, do you think Leeds should be worried with these two? Watford, I think, will be safe. Possibly. If Leeds keep getting key players injured, then yeah, it's more about what they can do than anyone else, isn't it? Cross comes into the near post. Jansen's there. Oh, could he have gone for a flick back header there? He was offside anyway. Irrelevant. Wenlock, the 100 Club is a cool venue. What's the best venue you've played? I like the word in there. The 100 Club is definitely cool, but definitely old school. Down the old stairs at the back and spit and sawdust, isn't it? You love it. Proper venue that. I've played some great venues in my time. I do like a nice theatre, though. I know some musicians don't like playing to sitting down audience. They don't stand up anyway, don't they? I love a good festival as well. But yes, 100 Club tomorrow. If you're going Christmas shopping and you're on Oxford Street, I will be in the vicinity. After Huddersfield Coventry on the watch along. Come and check that out. Here's Yanelt. Yanelt, switch of play. Roslev. They've upped the ante in terms of the speed of passing now, Brentford. They're kind of forcing the issue a bit more, whereas Watford were kind of sitting in quite comfortably, weren't they? Henry cut out there. Kuchka, Firmino. Kuchka's played well, hasn't he? The big, hulking great number 33 in central midfield. Right place, right time. Neat and tidy when he's needed to be. Doesn't look like anyone's running past him today either, does it? What nationality is Kuchka? Is he Czech? I could answer that myself by clicking one button, couldn't I? He says. As Henry wins that back. Juraj Kuchka, Slovakian. There we go. I think we've seen him in the Euros, didn't we? Poor ball up the line by Yanel. A couple of slack passes by Vitaly Yanel, but they've managed to win the throw-in nonetheless. Brentford 0, Watford 1, 63:55 on the clock. They call him Bazooka in Parma. Here is Visa, crosses it in. I wonder if Thomas Frank would be bold enough to take out Janel, go to a back four, stick Force in, and go 4-3-3. Chase the game. Is that too open? Will Watford's forward players eat that up? Who knows? Might as well lose 2-0 trying if you're going to just lose 1-0 anyway. Here is Roerslev. Roerslev down the right. King, who is very much playing on the left wing now, isn't he? Follows him down the line. João Pedro. I tell you what, Ranieri is getting a good defensive tune out of a lot of these, what you would think would be flashy Watford attackers. No such luck, hey? Janssen. Good. Good. Knocks that one inside to Norgard. Jensen. Slipped in to Baptiste. This is good stuff by Brentford. Visa in the box. Visa tries to angle the shot through Ekong. Poor clearance by Ekong. Gets very lucky. And Hernandez. Poor clearance by him. Deary me. They want to clear this ball. Jensen drills it in. Poor ball by him. All a bit slapdash, lads. Come on. Both sides. Help down the side again. Here's Mbeumo down the right. He's going to try and get on his left foot. Of course he is. Holds it up. Good body strength by Mbeumo. Knocks it back to Charlie Good. Here is Janssen. Janssen inside to Jensen. A lot of possession for Brentford. Where's the key pass, though? It's not forthcoming. Watford are completely back in shape here. There's a nice ball into Jensen in the box. Kuchka's touch sight again. I wonder if Jensen thought about throwing it down. 66. 17 on the clock. Here comes Charlie Good. Suspect we'll get a sub from Brentford very, very soon. Mbeumo. Good. Janelt. Henry. Watford nicely in shape. Brentford need to spread Watford wide to try and play through them. Look how congested that is, for God's sakes. Roerslev. Roerslev crosses in. Firmino, unconvincing. Henry. Janel. Henry crossing position. Rico Henry crosses in. Ekong clears that one away. João Pedro, can he hold it? He's done pretty well. Full-blooded tackle by Vitaly Janelt there. Hernandez flies up in the air. And what is referee Oliver going to make of that one? The yellow card comes out. I was a little bit worried for a second there. Were we veering into endangering opponent or excessive force? Let's have a look. No, I know it's not in the wording, but he keeps his feet nice close to the ground. He doesn't throw himself in. So yellow card I'll buy. Referee Oliver, I think, has called that one correctly. I'm the dude. How is Deeney getting on at Birmingham? Well, they're a bit inconsistent. There's been moments where he's absolutely showed his class, hasn't he? Goal against Millwall was brilliant, but not quite getting it moving. Here come the two guys we've been talking about. Marcus Force and Saman Godos are coming on. Johan Visa goes off and Force goes on. Matthias Jensen has come off and Godos has come on. I reckon they're straight swaps. I reckon Godos is just going to sit in midfield and Force is going to play up top with Mbeumo. Big clearance down the line. Yeah, it looks like just a freshen up there. So no change of shape. I suppose from Thomas Frank's position, he assumes Watford are just going to sit in. So the shape kind of becomes immaterial. They know they're going to reach a low block, whatever shape they come up against. Here is Firmino. Firmino to Dennis. Dennis blocked off by Janelt. 6-1, half a dozen. Janelt wins it. Good feet by Janelt. Done well there. Brings the ball away. Oh, lovely play by Janelt. Goddess. Janelt. Oh, Rurslev's in. Oh, they couldn't quite switch the ball out to the right wing. Here is João Pedro. Oh, João Pedro feeds it through. And I think the red card is now about... Oh, that would have been close to an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there. Pontus Jansson, I think the reason he gets away without a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there is... Oh, God, that must be close, mustn't it? It's poked through. Sissoko runs. Are they arguing that the keeper's getting to the ball first? It's a blatant pullback by Jansson. Sissoko goes down. No red card comes out. Jansson gets a yellow. A couple of yellows in quick succession for Brentford. And little bit of a slightly different situation. And Jansson would have been walking then. We'll give him credit for having the intelligence to know that he wasn't going to get a red card for that one. And a bit of a naughty foul, you'd have to say. But again, referee Oliver's probably right on that one, that Sissoko's probably not going to gain possession of the ball. So it's probably not a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. But it's clearly a foul, isn't it? And clearly a yellow card. And that's what he got. We've got a free kick to Watford now, which Hernandez bends over the wall and over the top. Trying to do some kind of decoy thing there with Dennis, and not a very good free kick from Watford as we come up 71 minutes. So Thomas Frank has played his cards now, hasn't he? Double sub, Godos and Force in. We haven't seen Marcus Force on the ball yet, have we? The Finnish player. All that conversation about Finnish footballers early on. Here come Watford, actually. King's got it on the left. Good feet by King. Holds it up. And Gakia, sensible, just turns it in, sticks it into the centre half. Ekong. Here's Firmino. Watford just keeping the ball. Ekong with a bit of an aimless one, just knocks it forward. And that's given away. They've won it back, though. Sissoko. Janelt. Janelt does well. They look like Hernandez was going to foul him. Here is a good leap over the ball by referee Oliver. Here's Godos. Godos to Rursleb. Just slightly ahead of him. King catches Rursleb there. King bashes himself on the head as if to say, that was silly. Holds his hand up and apologises. Don't think he's going to get a yellow for that. Not a good tackle. Hernandez would have been close to getting a yellow card then. He had a big tug on Janelt's shirt there as well. And it's a free kick. Jake, Sissoko wasn't getting to that. No, I don't think he was he? I think I agree. Still have nightmares of when Watford beat us 6-0 last season. Yeah, that was the turning point, wasn't it? Up the Millers. Kev, there you go. On brand for a Brentford-Watford game. Free kick to the Bees. On the right-hand side, Godo steps over it. Janelt swings it in. Left-footed, headed away by Sissoko, helped on by João Pedro, who's pressing like a madman here. He's having a lovely old time, isn't he? In it goes back in. The recycled ball. They were in there. Here's Norgard. Norgard puts it in. Ekong clears all. That's probably the most space they've had in the box there, Brentford, just from recycling the set play. Oh, now here they come again. Janelt into the box, cuts inside, drives the shot. Good save by Backman in the goal. He was there when they needed to call on him there. He's just worked inside. And a couple of openings there. Watford just haven't got back in shape here. Backman comes out completely, slices it. And Sissoko clears. It's all got a bit stretched. Watford won't like this, but, they will like this. Here they come. Dennis down the middle. Dennis Comes inside. There's a man over. King's over. King now. Can he finish it? No, he cannot. Puts it straight at Fernandez. Good game. Good game. This opened right up now, both ends. Watford, it was like they cleared the free kick once and they just couldn't get back in shape and organised. A couple of chances for Brentford, then a big counter-attack. And Dennis does well. King, bit of a limp shot in the end. It's straight at Fernandez. Good save. Watford starting to get a bit complete. They were, weren't they? Just lost their concentration there. Sometimes teams, when the ball gets cleared and then comes straight back, they kind of don't really know where they are, do they? And having set their shape and come out of it, they can't get back into it. Watford lucky not to concede there. Left themselves quite open, didn't they? Ranieri will not be happy with that. Roslev wins another throw-in off King, and Watford need to calm it down and get back in shape. Ken Sema is about to come on, and I bet he's going to come on for Josh King. So Ranieri is not stupid, or, well, whatever happens, Sema, who's much better defensively, is going to go and play left midfield to stop what's currently happening, where Roslev is having his way with King a little bit. Throwing for Brentford, lobbed into the box, flicked on near post. Cathcart gets something on it, and Sissoko boots it clear. So you would think one or other now of Dennis or Hernandez or King is going to come out. It's going to be Hernandez. So one would imagine Sema will go and play down the left-hand side where King has been. Decent enough performance by Chucho Hernandez. So imagine Sema's going to play down the left. I think King, Hernandez was playing down the right, wasn't it? King might have to swap rings. Now, Thomas Frank, interestingly, has taken off a wing back. He's taken off Rico Henry and put Onyeka on. So maybe he's gone to a back four now. Yes, it looks like he has. So Frank the Tank Onyeka is on. Sema is on. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. Sema's gone to play down the right. So contrary to what I thought, they've still got Josh King up against Roslev down that right-hand side. And here we go again with those two. Ranieri obviously trusts King. There's one in the channel. Here's Dennis, one-on-one against Janssen. Janssen gets the touch and it's out for a throw-in. It looks like it's going to be a Brentford throw-in. In it goes, and Janssen, not a clever throw in that one, but they've got possession. Oh, Brentford, what are you doing? Oh, they got lucky twice there. Very slapdash with their passing, but they're coming up the pitch now. Brentford, Baptiste, good carry. Kuchka's played well, hasn't he? Wins it back again in defensive central midfield. What is Sema doing? Just turns right into trouble there with his first touch. Looked very cold there in terms of game acclimatization. Here is Godos chasing down the left. Godos might be in trouble there. Little shove on Firmino. Firmino gives him a little shove back. Oh, very unsightly down in the corner there. As we come up, there is Rasmus Ankersen, one of Brentford's director of football. Co-director of football, indeed. He's been there a fair wee while, Ankersen. Did a podcast with our mate Billy down the pub. Rasmus, 78-12 on the clock. Brentford 0, Watford 1. So Brentford, maybe they haven't gone to a back four. It looks like Godos is playing left wing back though. Here's Mbuemo. And Mbuemo crosses in from the left wing. Headed on by Onyeka. Sissoko gets a little flick header back to the keeper. And really, Sissoko and Kuchka are kind of the key players now. You feel like they're setting the tone for the defence, and the defensive work from Watford when they're in their own half. And if they're reliable, you don't really see Brentford scoring. But the Bees are certainly going to push on in the last 10 minutes, aren't they? Stats telling us Brentford 11 touches in Watford's box. Watford 1 touch in Brentford's box. So it's just been a case of what they have, they hold. Watford. Have they really looked that uncomfortable, though, Watford, in the second half? Really? It's not been that much of a tidal wave of attack, has it, from Brentford? Sissoko and Kuchka, joint man of the match, yeah. It's one of those ones where you've got it ready in your head. They're probably the right names, aren't they? But then as soon as, if and when Brentford score, you know, you start to change your mind, don't you? Good. Roslev. Closed down by Josh King. Poor ball by Sissoko as soon as we're talking about him being in the running for man of the match. Ooh, real horrible leap in. And is the red card coming out? No, the yellow. Let's get, goodness me. Charlie Good has been playing on the edge. That was not a clever tackle, the way he leaped into that one. Let's have a look. I haven't seen a replay, but excessive force was on my brain. Let's have a look. So King has it. Where's Good? He's going to come from out of shot. I mean, to be fair, he's far enough away from King for it to be a bad problem. But he does kind of scissor in there with both his legs. And, yeah, you wouldn't want a player to be on the end of that. A yellow card for Charlie Good there. Just on the edge. A classic orange card, maybe that one. But, yeah, it needs to be a bit careful. He was getting a bit salty in the first half, wasn't he, with Emmanuel Dennis. Charlie Good needs to play with aggression. That's fine. But keep his cool. Very much. Norgard. And it's back with Janssen. 81-25 on the clock. Oh, nice flick on. And Force chasing through the middle. Good play by Firmino on the cover. Referee Oliver again. Good referee in there. Making it very clear to Backman that he can pick that one up. That it's not a back pass. Nice flick through the middle. That's very direct, but you feel that's anyway Force is going to get in the game here. The Brentford sub up top. The Finnish striker, Mbuemo. Ekong is in the way, which gets his body in there. And I think it's a high foot by João Pedro in there. And Kuchka launches that one down the pitch. 82-22 on the clock. Watford are 7.5 minutes and stoppage time away from a pretty useful win here. Mbuemo slides it through. Godos crossing position. Ekong again, right place. Yanel gets in, crosses on Yeka, and Ngakia gets in the way of that. Do you know what? I don't think that shot was going in. And Ngakia gets something on it. Brentford pushing. And Mbuemo did well, came short, played in Godos. Godos gets to the byline, then Yanel following up. Kuchka again does well not to dive in to that tackle. Is the shot going in? I don't know. Corner. We'll never know. I doubt they're going to show us the right replay for that one. In it comes from Yanel. Good header by King. Now, Watford have got to be careful because this is where they half cleared it and then got in trouble. And are we going to get the same thing here? Yanel crosses, flick on the near post. And yes, exactly the same thing has happened. And Brentford have got the equaliser. Charlie Good heads in. Oh, he thought he was in trouble a few minutes ago, diving into that tackle. But he's just scored the equalising goal. I said it as Watford cleared it. King headed it away. They got in trouble a few minutes before, didn't they, Brentford, in terms of Watford, excuse me, in terms of clearing the ball and getting out of shape. And exactly the same thing happens. It's good from Yanel. Touch, swings it in. And I think it might have been Janssen on the... Let's have a look at this. So King wins the first header and they make exactly the same mistake. They then get 2 players ahead of the ball. Got us to Yanel. He turns inside, flicked on by force. Has the VAR... Sorry, it was Pontus Jansson who stuck the ball in the net. My bad. Has the VAR had a look at that? No, he's onside. I think the knee of Firmino is just playing him onside. I think that one's going to stand. They're just having a look. You can see... Oh, no, it's the foot, actually. They're going to need to bring the lines up for this one. This is super duper tight. I'm looking at Firmino's knee and I'm looking at Jansson's foot. Yeah, he's onside, says the VAR. So the goal stands, and it wasn't Charlie Good. It was Pontus Jansson. So I messed up my goal call. Boo. Boo hiss. Boo hiss, say Watford fans. But hooray, yeah, say Brentford fans, because Brentford won. Watford won. Was it coming? Not overly. I suppose Brentford have been pushing, but they've not really created any big chances. That, you would say, is the first one, but they have got the goal from it. Brentford won. Watford won. I think they've just got the VAR check way after we got it. It was onside, wasn't it, Jest? But there we go. Some cheering. There we go. Well, my prediction was 1-1. What a match. This looked like a championship match. Not much quality from either. Just on. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Phew, says Lee. Simon, why did I bring King in? I don't know. You wanted Dennis, didn't you? Wolves F1 or F5. Thank you ever so much. €2 on the super chat. Very, very kind. Set plays, everybody. I mean, I know Brentford's is a recycled set play, but they've done exactly the same thing 5 minutes before Watford, hadn't they? Where they cleared a set play, and a few of those players that are maybe attackers playing in wide positions just ran ahead of the ball and kind of left their station when you're thinking, look, just stay in there until that ball gets cleared. Did exactly the same, didn't they? King headed it clear, and then really, João Pedro, Dennis and King all then get caught ahead of the ball as it goes straight back. Cross goes into the box. I think that cross could have been stopped at source, couldn't it? But in it goes. Force, I think it was, going to get an assist. Gets the flick, and then Jansson headed it in. Not Charlie Good. I messed up my goal call. Boo-hoo. Throw in to Brentford, who will think now, get the bit between their teeth, get the crowd roaring them on. Can they get themselves another goal? Claudio Ranieri looks wistfully into the distance. Disappointing one. Looks like it's going to be a long throw-in for Charlie Good. They're all having a big argument. Pontus Jansson, as you can imagine, never far away from a big argument, is he? Live league table. Yeah, let's have a look. The live league table tells us that, obviously, add a point onto Brentford and take 2 off Watford from where we were last time. So, yeah, Burnley, Newcastle, Norwich can all close to within 1 point of Watford tomorrow as things stand. Brentford going to move on to 18 points. They're comfortably over. Say comfortably. They're 2 points over a point per game as it stands. In comes the long throw from Good. There's a half-volleyed effort by Janelt, which is charged down and loops over for a corner. The Brentford fans fancy this. Godos is going to take the corner. Is he going to go short to Janelt, or no, he's going to stick it in the 6-yard box, you would think. Certainly the 18-yard box. In comes the corner from Godos. It goes to the back post. Ooh! Cleared away off the line, I think, by João Pedro. It wasn't necessarily... Yeah, it came off Sissoko, actually. Bounced off Sissoko. And well cleared away. Heart in mouth there for sure. Might not be a goal, but assist for my boy is more than enough. There you go, Marcus Force. We were saying, how's he going to get in the game? Get on the end of a cross, boy. That's what you need to do. Watford have got to batten down the hatches here. The long throws and the set plays are flying in from Brentford. They look the more likely. Remember, Watford do have some good counter-attackers on the bench. Here comes the throw-in from Good, headed out by King. Now, don't all rush ahead of the ball, Watford. They've got it clear properly this time. João Pedro. King gives chase. Oh, he nearly got that off Roslev. He looked pretty cool. There's another big one forward. Good header by Ekong there. Good defending by Watford. Here is Ken Sema, who's barely had a touch since he's come on. He's done fairly well there. I thought he might be able to draw a foul, but no. Norgard ended up. Do you know, if he'd gone down, I bet he would have got a foul then, Sema. Here is Roslev. Roslev just bangs it forward. Just good old up and at 'em stuff here from Brentford. They're just putting pressure on the back line here, aren't they? Although Kuchka's got it, and we're about to get a yellow card for Frank Onyeka. Clear pullback on Kuchka, who's probably... actually, let's do it in the chat now. Man of the match, please, everybody. Who's your man of the match? Kuchka's probably close, isn't he? Watford central midfielder. Let me know any other shouts you got for man of the match as Frank Onyeka goes into the book. Could be this guy, Emmanuel Dennis, who got on the goal scoring sheets again. Tufan is going to come in for Dennis. I think that's Ranieri just saying, look, let's clog up that midfield and not lose this game now. Tufan, the Turk, comes in for stoppage time. We've played 1 minute of stoppage time, but I think we'll go over the minimum 5 after that sub. Kuchka's just holding the top of his right foot. Watford fans will hope he's okay. Here is Onyeka. Slides that down the line, looking for Mbeumo. Mbeumo gets a little shove. I think he'll win a free kick there, won't he? That's silly from Firmino. Yeah. So free kick to Brentford. And by the time this ball lands in the box, we're going to be past minute 92, aren't we? Man of the match shouts, Dennis, Kuchka. And Kuchka, Jensen, he was good in the first half. He's been subbed off since, hasn't he? Jensen, Janel and Godos are over this. We've gone past 92. In comes the free kick from Brentford. It's a poor one. It's one of those that's neither floated to the back post or drilled into the middle. Kind of drilled over everybody's heads there. And yeah, Thomas Frank's face tells you the story there. Sissoko, yeah, it's a good shout. Dennis. Any one of those really makes sense that you guys are suggesting. Kuchka probably for me, but I wouldn't really disagree strongly with any of those suggestions in there. For your man of the match, Backman clears 92.40 on the clock. I think we're going to go probably about 95 and a half, 3/4 minutes. I think we'll go over 95, given the substitution at the start of stoppage time. They always seem to get added on, don't they? And Mbeumo, nice little dink over, looking for Godos. Godos gives it away. Kuchka, given away by him there. Just calling in for the man of the match. Norgard tries to slide it through. Poor from Ekong. Just dilly-dallied on that one. Janel, lovely ball. Norgard, Godos. It's going to be a penalty, surely. Yes! Oh, it's going to be a penalty in the 93rd minute. It's so poor from Ekong. He went down in installments. Godos knew he was going to catch him. It's a terrible tackle by Ekong. He's got to stand up there. And Godos knows when that slide tackle comes in, he's going to be caught. And Brentford are going to have a chance to win the game. To give Godos some credit, he kind of dummies to cross it, but you cannot dive in like that. There's some contact in there. You knew it was going to be a penalty as soon as he dived in like that. And Claudio Ranieri, oh God, penny for his thoughts. They're probably going to get 0 points from this game now. And Lee points out, no Tony, who is one of the best penalty takers you'll see. Nobody else gets any practice, but Brian Mbeumo basically has got this kick to win the game for Brentford. We're ticking over. We're going to play probably 96 to 97 minutes now with a substitution and a penalty. Referee Oliver's having a word with Dan Backman. They're very tight on, remember the keeper has to have part of one foot either behind or in line with the line, as in not over. It can be hovering over the top of it. 94.50 on the clock. Penalty to Brentford. Brian Mbeumo, left-footed to win the game. Drama. Here comes Mbeumo. Scores! Sends the keeper the wrong way. Sticks it in the net, and Brentford are going to win this one in stoppage time. Thomas Frank is fist pumping, and they're going to get the win here, Brentford. It's a turnaround victory. Troost-Ekong looks a bit crestfallen. It's his mistake that causes the penalty, and Brian Mbeumo sticks it into the back of the net. Cool as you like. Little stutter, stop. He's been practicing with Tony, hasn't he? Brilliant penalty. To be fair, if Backman had saved it, it would have been retaken. He was miles off his line after the stutter. Yeah. And Mbeumo sticks it into the net. OMG. A wonderful penalty. Cool penalty. Fair enough. Not sure we deserved that. Well, you'll take it, Lee, won't you? You'll take it. Lots of wows and yeses. There we go. Got us. Changed the game. Well, they moved him left back. Look, in the vital moment, he was there. It's a big mistake by Ekong, though, isn't it, Cammy, in the chat? Cleared away. So we're 96-20. I suspect we'll go up and over 97 minutes in this one, won't we? If that's the case, there's only 30 seconds to go, and it's going to be a big turnaround victory for Brentford. They've got their timing spot on here, haven't they, the Bees? The fat lady has sung, says John. Looks like it, doesn't it? Watford throw-in. There's going to be one last phase of play here. I'd imagine referee Oliver will let Watford get this one. No, he won't. He will not let them get it up the pitch. 96-55. The whistle goes, and Brentford come from behind. I haven't even changed my ticker there, the goal so late in the game. Brentford come from behind to get the win. Goodness me, 95th minute penalty from Brian Mbeumo. Ranieri smiles, but he'll be furious that his team has lost this. In the first half, Watford played it pretty well. Emmanuel Dennis scoring from a set play. Brentford were huffing and puffing. It didn't look very like equalising, did they? Really, first big chance that Brentford got, they scored from. What was the minute of that? 84 minutes. Janssen won it. And then in stoppage time, Ekong dives in. So silly in the box. Godos is running it. Is he going to cross it? He feints. Ekong slides in, and you knew the penalty was getting given. No Ivan Toney. He's the penalty king, isn't he? But Brian Mbeumo steps up, sticks it in the back of the net, and Brentford get the win. The numbers will tell you that Brentford had lots of possession and lots of shots, but I don't know if anyone's got an XG number. I know it always gets padded by the penalties. Only two big chances really for Brentford, and let's be honest, they scored both of them. Well played, Brentford. Very, very well timed. Very efficient in their attacking. Let's have a look at the league table. Let me get rid of that banner. Get your comments in. So Brentford up to 9th and on 20 points. And look at that, 8 points in 5 for Brentford. That will do you if you're trying to push away from the bottom 6. Watford, 4th straight defeat. They really will feel they should have got something given. They're going into 80 minutes with the lead and end up going into stoppage time level as well. They really feel that they've thrown away some possible points here. Watford on the periphery there. Look at that, -10 on the goal difference. So a win for Burnley would put Burnley above Watford tomorrow. Win for Newcastle by 4, and they would go above Watford as well. Norwich, they've got a very big minus on the goal difference. So they're probably not going above Watford, whatever happens tomorrow. But a very good win for Brentford. A very timely goal in the 95th minute. And Watford go under 2-1 in this one. Goodness me. Wenlock, $8.99 on the Super Chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Loads of Super Chats. Wenlock has been very kind as well. Before we thank him, we thank Lee as well on the Super Chat. Very, very kind. Oh, woof. Ken, Bees Fighting Spirit, thank you for the stream. You're very, very welcome. You will see me tomorrow, not on the Super Stream, Dan. We're only doing Huddersfield and Coventry tomorrow. I've got to nip out from about 2:30. Mr. Strippy or Mrs. Trippy, I don't know. Brentford need Tony Pinnock, Canos back. Yep, that'd help, wouldn't it? We'll take that. Absolutely. See you all very, very soon. I'm going to go and chill out. It was a very, very late winner. Brentford 2, Watford 1. Brentford get the win in the 95th minute. Thank you for all your Super Chats. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for watching. And I will see you tomorrow, Huddersfield Coventry at 12:30. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.